Welcome back to the WP Configurator Pro tutorial series. This is the third video in our 7-part series, where we explore the incredible features and add-ons available for WP Configurator Pro. Today, we'll be diving into yet another powerful tool, the Custom Text add-on. This feature takes your product configurator to the next level by allowing users to personalize their products with custom text. Before we begin, remember that you'll need the WP Configurator Pro plugin installed to use this add-on. For more details about the Custom Text add-on, you can visit WPConfigurator.com, where you'll find everything you need to know about this amazing feature. In this video, we'll cover everything you need to know, step by step. Here's what you'll learn. First, we'll go over setting a custom font for your text layers. Then adding and configuring text layers while managing text layer control settings. After that, we'll go over enabling charge per character functionality. And finally, setting prices for text layers, and how to test and preview your configurator with a live demonstration of both the back-end and front-end interfaces. Ready to give your customers the freedom to personalize their products like never before? Let's get started. All right, let's start by selecting the fonts you want to include in your configurator. First, head over to your WordPress dashboard. Then navigate to Configurator and click on Setting. Once you are on the Settings page, scroll down until you see the Allowed Fonts section. This is where you'll choose the fonts you want to make available for your custom text layers. To select multiple fonts, hold down Control on your keyboard, or Command if you're on a Mac, and click on the fonts you'd like to include. Once you've made your selection, don't forget to click Save Settings to apply the changes. Great! Now your selected fonts are ready to be used in your WP Configurator. Now that we've saved those settings, let's take a look at how it all comes together. You'll notice that the fonts you selected earlier are now appearing in the Font Preset section of the Configurator editor. These fonts are ready to use for any custom text layer you create. If you'd like to add another font, it's super simple. Just head back to the Allowed Fonts section under Configurator Settings. From here, select the new font you want to add by holding Control or Command for Mac users and clicking on the font. Don't forget to hit Save Settings once you've made your changes. Once you've saved the settings, the new font will immediately show up in the Configurator editor, ready to use for your text layers. As you can see, managing and adding fonts in WP Configurator Pro is quick and easy, giving you the flexibility to keep your designs fresh and on brand. Now let's move on to adding text layers, an essential feature of the Custom Text add-on. This is where we create a dedicated layer specifically for text, giving your customers the freedom to personalize their products. To get started, first, click on the group where you want to add your text layer. Think of groups as categories or sections for organizing your product's customization options. Once you've selected your group, click on Add Layer and choose Text as the type of layer. This step ensures that the layer is specifically designed for customizable text. And there you go. Your text layer is now created and ready to be customized. Let's move on to configuring it further. First, let's add a placeholder. This is the default text that will appear in the editor, giving users a hint about what they can enter. Next, enable the Show Placeholder option. To control how much text can be entered, set a character limit. Finally, choose a font preset from the options you configured earlier. This lets you decide which font style the text will use, keeping everything consistent with your branding. Easy, right? Now, let's continue setting up the control options for your text layer. Once you've handled the basics, there are a few more important settings to configure to make your text layer truly dynamic and customizable. First, select a color preset. This allows you to define the color options that customers can choose for their text. You can match these to your brand colors or the overall product design. Next, define the typography. Here, you can set the font size, weight, and style to ensure the text fits perfectly within your design. This is where you can fine-tune the text appearance to make it look polished and professional. Now, let's move on to text align and direction. This setting allows you to control how the text should be aligned, left, center, or right. Additionally, you can decide where the text input starts, such as from the left or the right side. Next, we have text transform, where you can control how the text appears. Choose from uppercase, lowercase, or capitalize just the first letter. This gives you even more flexibility in maintaining a consistent style. Finally, configure the allowed views. This is an essential step where you decide where the text will appear on your product. For example, you can make the text visible on the front, back, or other views of the product. Configuring these advanced text layer control options is essential for creating a flexible and user-friendly product configurator. Let's take a closer look at how these settings enhance the overall experience. By selecting a color preset, you ensure your customers have access to a predefined palette that aligns perfectly with your branding or product design requirements. This makes customization simple while maintaining consistency. Next, the typography settings allow you to control the visual hierarchy of your text. By adjusting the font size, weight, and style, you can ensure that the text appears clean, professional, and perfectly suited to your product. Adjusting the text align and direction not only determines where the text starts, but also improves readability. This is especially useful for layouts where alignment plays a critical role in creating balanced and aesthetically pleasing designs. Together, these settings give you full control over how text behaves and appears on your configurator, from its alignment and placement to its styling and visibility on specific product views. Now, let's move on to setting the order value for the text layer. To set the order value, simply click on the text layer, then find the order value option in the top right of the dashboard. Assign a number to the layer. Lower numbers place the layer closer to the base, while higher numbers stack the layer above others. This setting gives you precise control over how layers interact, ensuring your design elements are displayed exactly how you envision. Now that we've configured the text layer, let's switch over to the front end to see everything in action. Here, you can confirm that the text color matches the color preset you selected, and the font style aligns with the typography settings you defined earlier. Make sure the text alignment is correct and that the layer appears in the right position based on the order value we set. Everything looks great. The text layer is working exactly as intended. Now, let's add a text layer specifically for the bottom subgroup. This is a great way to organize your text layers into smaller groups, giving you better control and design flexibility. To get started, navigate to the bottom subgroup in your configurator. Click Add Layer, and just like before, select Text as the layer type. Once the text layer is added, adjust its settings. Add a placeholder text, select a font preset, and set the alignment, following the steps we've already covered earlier. Don't forget to set the order value for this layer, so it appears exactly where you want it in relation to other elements in the subgroup. This ensures everything is stacked and displayed perfectly. Once everything is configured, make sure to hit Save Settings to apply the changes. Now your bottom subgroup has its own customized text layer, ready to go. This gives your users the flexibility to place their text exactly where they want it. Additionally, you can adjust the perimeter box to define the width of the text area. This is especially useful when you want to limit the text to a specific region of the product. Once the perimeter is set, you can fine-tune the text alignment, whether it's left-aligned, centered, or right-aligned, to ensure it fits perfectly within the defined space. These features make it easy for users to create personalized designs while maintaining a polished and professional appearance. Next, let's define the font color for the text layer. To do this, go back to the text layer settings in the configurator. Locate the font color option, which you'll find under the control settings on the right side of the dashboard. This is where you can choose the default color for your text layer. Once you've set the desired font color, click Save Settings to apply the changes. This ensures that the selected color is immediately reflected on the front end. Now that we've defined the font color, let's head back to the front end to verify everything. Check that the text layer displays with the exact font color you just configured. Make sure the color matches your expectations and integrates seamlessly with the overall product design. If anything looks off, you can always go back to the settings, make adjustments, and refresh the front end to confirm the changes. Now, let's add a text layer for the center subgroup. This allows you to further organize your design by assigning text layers to specific subgroups, giving your users even more customization options. To do this, navigate to the center subgroup in your configurator. Click Add Layer, and then select Text as the layer type. Once the layer is added, configure its settings, including placeholder text, font presets, color presets, and alignment, just like we did for the previous text layers. Don't forget to define the order value for this new text layer. This ensures it appears correctly in the design hierarchy and interacts properly with other elements. Finally, click Save Settings to apply the changes. Once saved, head back to the front end to preview the new text layer in action. Now, let's set up the placeholder for the text layer. Placeholders provide a helpful hint to users about what they can enter into the text field. Start by adding a placeholder, such as "Enter your text here." This default text will appear in the text box until the user inputs their own text. Next, enable the Show Placeholder option to make sure the placeholder text is visible on the front end when the configurator is in use. Now, set the allowed views to determine where the placeholder will appear. Once everything is configured, click Save Settings to apply the changes. Next, let's configure the text layer by setting up key parameters for customization. These adjustments ensure your configurator is both functional and visually consistent. Start by setting a character limit to control the length of text that can be entered. For example, setting a limit of 20 ensures the text fits neatly within your design. Next, choose a font preset that aligns with your product's branding or aesthetic. This allows users to input text with a style that complements your design. Then, select a color preset for the text layer to ensure the text stands out and matches your product's design scheme. Finally, adjust the typography settings to define the font size, style, and weight. Now that all the settings are configured, The next step is to hit Save Settings to ensure your changes are applied. Once saved, head over to the front end to check that everything looks as expected. Confirm that the text layer appears with the correct font, color, and alignment you've set. Now that we've set up the 3 text layers, let's test them out on the front end to ensure everything works as expected. Go ahead and type into the text fields. You should see the text layers update instantly based on the settings you configured, such as font, color, alignment, and character limits. This testing step is essential to confirm that your text layers are functioning perfectly, providing a smooth and customizable experience for your users. Next, let's add a price to the text layer options. This feature allows you to charge extra for customization based on the text input, adding more value to your product offerings. To set a price, navigate to the price option in the text layer settings. Enter the amount you want to charge for this text customization, for example, $5.00. Once the price is set, click Save Settings to apply the changes. Now, head over to the front end to confirm that the price is reflected correctly. Now, let's add a path to the text layer. This feature allows you to define a specific curve or line for the text to follow, enabling users to create more dynamic and creative designs. To get started, go to the text layer settings and locate the path option. This is where you'll input the code for the curve or shape you want the text to follow. If you don't want to create an SVG path from scratch, no problem. There are plenty of pre-generated SVG paths available online. Simply search for a path that fits your design. Copy the SVG path code and paste it into the path field in your text layer settings. Once you've pasted the code, the text will automatically update to follow the path. This makes it quick and easy to add unique curves or shapes to your custom text. Now let's explore a powerful new feature, charge per character. This lets you set a price based on the number of characters entered in the text layer, offering greater flexibility for your pricing. To enable this, go to the text layer settings and locate the charge per character option. Enter the price amount you want to charge for each character, say 50 cents per character. With charge per character, you can provide flexible and transparent pricing while maximizing revenue opportunities from customization options. Let's see how the charge per character feature works. As I type text into the input field, notice how the price updates dynamically in real time. Each character I add increases the total price based on the rate we set earlier. For example, if the rate is 50 cents per character, the price adjusts accordingly as you type. This feature ensures that the pricing adjusts in real time, providing an accurate and transparent total for the customization. As we wrap up, I'm excited to share that more features are coming soon. We'll be adding options like custom text or numbers, giving you even greater flexibility for creating unique and personalized designs. Once these features are live, we'll create dedicated, bite-sized tutorials to guide you through each one. So stay tuned for more updates. Thank you for watching this tutorial. If you found it helpful, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Don't forget to check out the rest of our series for more WP Configurator Pro tutorials. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.